Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Mankind, Hero of the Empire, and Protector of, well, humanity. Off here to our 1 vs 1 on Holotnifano Winterwind Westgard. Here's FranZ with Spearhead, Ostrom, and Lightning War, farming up the German 1st Panzer Division versus the East. We got Stupendousman fighting for the Soviet Union, socialism, with Guard Rifle, Soviet Industry, and Soviet Armament with infantry, mine, bullets, and here, forming up the 25th Motorized Rifle Division. We got machine gun and infantry and anti-tank bullets here for FranZ. By the way, we got double console there for Stupendousman. MT-42 Grenadier start here for FranZ. Engaging southwards, conscripting northwards here for Stupendousman, rapidly advancing here for the Soviet Union, the motherland. Alright, Dimitri, I want you to keep an eye out for any fascist counter-revolutionaries, saboteurs, anybody in general, you mean, that isn't us. Yes, exactly. Anyone could be an enemy. Even you. Shut up. Engaging southwards there. We got Grenadiers, Pioneers for the centre there. MG-42 heading northwards there. Lobbying that MG-42 there. Medium machine gun mount, though technically I think they considered a heavy machine gun themselves, as it was known as the schweres Maschinengewehr. Technically, you know, by most sort of modern reckonings, it would not be considered a heavy machine gun. Conscripts heading up here, Pioneers falling back. Their descenders quickly made very unhospitable for them. Up here again, we can see that FranZ wasn't quite quick enough to secure the compartment here, which will generally put them in a slightly disadvantageous position there compared to Stupendousman. Again, that's going to be really difficult for FranZ to otherwise clear out. So that's going to put FranZ in a slightly tricky position, to put it mildly. So it's going to be very important for him to somehow, you know, quickly clear out that house so he doesn't, you know, have it lingering about for too long. Otherwise, FranZ could find himself in some very serious problems down the road. Pioneers suffers there, going to do squad not moving up here as well. And Stupendousman only first now securing the fuel point there. Then again, FranZ is not really securing his own fuel point there very fast either, so not too much of a big deal there between the two. We got triple contra there though for Stupendousman. And he's moving up towards the centre. Conscript probably going to rush for the church. MT-42 coming in. We got a mortar on the way there for FranZ. Can help them clear out the house here. That's still going to take time. In the meanwhile, Stupendousman is enforcing his northern push here with more conscripts. And there goes shots fired. Grenadiers, MT-42 firing up the conscript. They hold up beside the church. Bullets flying, whizzing away. Impacting upon wood and, well, mostly wood. Maybe a few rations from time to time. There we go. Sergei stumbles over there, and there go conscripts are going to do this, quick rushing into the house. He's going to try and push for it somehow, but it's not really able to pull forward, so he's going to have to just try and get behind. But now the conscript needs to pursue. He's moving more towards the centre, which again means his northern holdings are quite vulnerable there for Stupendousman and any aggression there from him and the 25th Motorised Rifle Division. The South Engineers versus Pioneers, MP-40 versus Moser Nagants. If they get close enough, fast enough, there's a chance that the Pioneers can pull through, but otherwise the Engineers should have a chance to do a lot of damage. It's sort of a bit hard to say it. But there you go. Jürgen stumbles over. Too many bullets to the gut. And there you go. At the same time, the Pioneers are doing a lot of damage here. The Engineers not quite enough to follow up. And there you go. Retreat and mortify there. Takes out 2 more Engineers. Splattering them across the ground. Grenadiers push back. Almost wiped out. Bit lucky there for FranZ, to be honest. He did not get wiped. But there you go. Sandbags being dug in there. Well, sandbags and sandbags. It's mostly just a pile of dirt with some wooden blocks and like sprinkled with sandbags on top. I mean, that's kind of like saying, you know, a vanilla cake with chocolate dust sprinkled on top is a chocolate cake. So I'm hesitant to call this sandbags. I mean, if you look at it, there's barely any sandbags on it compared to all the dirt and wood. Anyways, country falling behind here. We got points of the ground engineers being the flamethrowers in the south. Grenadiers standing about here. Tech up done for FranZ, but so far his force occupied here. Again, we can sort of see how this securing of the house is rather sort of put, again, FranZ in an awkward situation. I mean, really, for any player in the West, securing this part of the map here is very much vital to securing the field point. That's only one of the sort of weirder design elements of this map compared to, you know, here in the south, there's nothing even remotely the same. Point there secured, though. Bit of lag there, not sure where that came from. My apologies. Occasionally you still get hiccups from time to time, I guess. But anyways, shots fired there. A lot of conscripts are going to do. Got light machines away there for FranZ men. Or the 1st Panzer Division. One of the most elite Panzer Divisions in general, but generally not really talked about despite sort of, you know, being elite. I mean, hell, during Operation Barbarossa, it was probably the best equipped Panzer Division, having more half-tracks sort of for its infantry than most other Panzer Divisions would even have. later in the war. Like, I think it was 2 battalions in half-tracks, which, considering most Panzer divisions at that point only had companies with them, was really, really just a sign of how sort of good the 1st Panzer Division was considered. So that's a little fun one there, by the way, a little fun one. As they're taking losses, they're also taking losses though. But really just Stupendousman keeping up the pressure versus France, and France is certainly sort of struggling to sort of keep up with it. Like to make a nice company, some kind of light vehicles, some Panzer I think could do a lot for him. Meanwhile, Stupendousman's coming in the south. He's also taking up here, specifically for the supporting company, going for a Maxim. A mortar of his own will, I think, also do a lot of good there versus France. And they're going to need support here by the MG42, 1200 rounds per minute, going down in their general direction. Speaking about heavy machine guns, so close to the Germans probably happened to have been the 2cm flak, which, increasingly as the war progressed, was pretty much just used like a heavy machine gun by the Germans. I mean, hell, they'd have flak Sturm units, that is, flak assault units, which is just composed mostly of 2cm flaks and 30cm flaks. So that's a little sort of fun note, and particularly as the 2cm flaks increasingly were of no real use versus aircraft anyway, since they couldn't penetrate them. So in that regard, they were just increasingly just shifted towards, you know, heavy machine gun duty. So that's sort of a little fun note there when it comes to, you know, how the Germans employed some of their flak later in the war. Next, moving towards here, conscript pushing northwards. Even as we can also see the FranZ is pushing back in the north. So far, nothing from the like to make a nice company. Again, half-tech here would be a good choice. Panzer Grenadiers, 2-2 could also, I think, how about here? But all for different reasons. Mortar against the Maxim here. Could also use smoke to prevent it from firing. Push up here by Stupendousman, who's yet to go for Doctrine, though. Considering what he has, Scout Rifle or Soviet Army makes a lot of sense. They could also go for Soviet Industry. He's not really sort of fully committed to a conscript heavy build, so he could still sort of go for Soviet Industry sort of Doctrine if he wanted to. But like at the same time, it's not so far off from conscripts. Either these two can't be used. But there you go, lost a squad. Bit of a loss there for Stupendousman. Pushed his luck too far there. He is getting a mortar though to help support his frontline forces. Very good there. But I do think he should pull back the Max and then sort of move it elsewhere, because right there it's just drawing fire away and it's, well, just losing manpower without really changing much their form, I think. But as all this is happening, we'll see the Stupendousman return to the north secures there. We got a 2-2 for France. That will certainly help him a lot more there in mobility, and so that way containing Stupendousman aggressive moves to an extent. Church almost knocked out there by heavy mortar fire there from the Grenadienwerfer. So there you go, 2-2. Leichte Panzerspähwagen arriving there for France and the 1st Panzer Division. No take up yet there for Stupendousman, and there you go, constantly engaged here. We have 9 tank grenades for him. We got Molotovs though, which is definitely not a bad choice either, but right now is of less use against the 2-2-2. And then going to tank grenades, Stupendousman has gone full 3 infantry upgrades there. Certainly could indicate he might be planning either of these two, because again they'll be able to support his conflict quite nicely, particularly when he has gone for so many upgrades. He could then further consider Soviet Reserve army, because at least that way, you know, he could also sort of spread some of the uses there over to the Soviet Reserve, you know, like the partisans there as well could also benefit from it. So, I mean, Soviet Reserve army certainly seems increasingly likely there for Stupendousman at the moment. Seems increasingly likely. Meanwhile, back here for France, we got nothing further going on. Again, Panzer Grenadiers, I think, would be a really good choice here. Roughing it then the mortar crew, getting Pushkin and Alexandra, and then Yuri and Dmitry follows up there to the great big Soviet in the sky. Pack 40 following up there for France. Mortar gaining veteran 1 there, doing pretty well there for France. Stupendousman there, going for Soviet Reserve armies again, so he basically sort of went for the doctrine and synergized the most again with this, all of his upgrades. Because again, that way, it's not just the conscripts who benefits, but also the partisan tank hunters. So that was pretty much like the best choice he could make there, I think. Sort of getting the most out of all of these upgrades he made for the headquarters. So strategically, makes a lot of sense. Now we'll have to see, of course, can make the most use out of it. He needs to get for more conscripts, though, of course, to an extent, he can rely on rapid conscription to fill out his gaps there. But there you go, conscript being equipped there with a PPSH-41. In the south, they're going to swooped away. I mean, they just don't stand a chance without any upgrades in the range. I mean, up close, they're just going to get wiped by the conscript in a matter of moments. I mean, do not underestimate the power of upgrade conscripts. They can be really powerful, and they can do a lot of damage very fast. It's one of the reasons why I generally tend to, personally, when I play the Soviets, have a lot of doctrines. At least one doctrine always in hand that just has it, because honestly, the conscript assault package is really good. Damage engine there. Mortar Sally was not able to support his frontline troops. They pushed ahead. Take up there for him. No! Cancelled it? Or was it a misclick? Caught in. Tank Hunters there as well. He wants to just get a quick finishing blow there on the 222. Willing to delay his take a bit there. Aggressive push there by him. And... ah! Petrov, hit! Hit, Petrov! It's a large car, how could you miss like that? But the instructions were in German! It's numbers! I'm numerically illiterate. Comes close with the Grenadiers there, pushing them back with a few well-placed submachine gun hits. Also, while remember it, big thanks to Sean for supporting the Propagandacast by donating. Most appreciated. Sean, most appreciated. Of course, if you'd like to support, do consider it. Links in the video description. You can do so either Patreon or PayPal. Either helps me out a ton and allows me to keep making videos day after day, since this is kind of what I do for a living. So just a quick note there. Anyways, take over there. Finally happening for Stupendousman again. Target Lieutenant Command. This time 2 engineer squads. Hard at work. Shifting sandbags. Are you sure these are sandbags? I mean, have you seen our sandbag fighting positions? Are we sure this isn't just, cement bags with, I don't know, cookie dough in it? I mean, that would explain where all the food went. Grenadiers are flying up behind the mortar crew there, G for the face. So we got Lightning Warp versus Circus Earl Army. So Dogs, to an extent, they can sort of do a bit the same, the relief infantry and rapid conscription. Ooh, flanked there with the Grenadiers, nice rifle grenade there off. Maxim needs to retreat there as soon as he's gotten suppressed. Also, Panzer Grenadier here for FranZ and the 1st Panzer Division. Die erste Panzer Division. Die besten. Anyways, take up there for FranZ, aiming there for the Panzers. Now they sort of stabilize the situation to an extent. I mean, Stupendousman still has a lot of the map, but he's suffered to actually maintain that map. So we'll have to see that we can sort of swing things around. In that regard, his slightly slow tech is giving FranZ that good chance, I think, of sort of getting further back into the game. Though the Panzer Grenadiers will also do a lot for that. There we go, moving ahead there with the Sturmgewehr 44. Fun fact about the assault rifle, it couldn't actually handle full auto very well, and if general cruise or weapon users were generally instructed to only use it in single shot mode, maybe burst a bit, but like full auto, basically the recoil would break the assault rifle. So that's a little fun fact there about the Sturmgewehr 44. That's a little fun side note there. Tends not to get mentioned a lot. When most of it tends to get focused on, it's an assault rifle and it's pretty much one of the first, so that's basically it. Organisation or any sort of actual flaws with it tend to get ignored a bit. Killing up flare trip mines there with the Pioneers, good work. Also good work by Stupendousman actually laying them down. They're pretty handy actually, just used to sort of screw things. So no, he actually moved straight ahead for the mechanised armour company. That probably actually even better there by Stupendousman. Last to push it for tanks and can actually get out a tank faster here than FranZ. So I think that was a pretty good move there by Stupendousman. Though he still needs, I think, sort of sort out his infantry. He's also using the partisans to lay down mines. That's very good. Most people who go for partisans tend to neglect the whole mine laying aspect they can also do. So that's very good there by Stupendousman. Very good. Panzer being caught by the conscripts. G45 for the Panzer Grenadiers. Now that's pretty rare. I see some players go for it. And occasionally they actually do pretty well, but other times it seems less. So it's a bit hard to say they're how effective they are. In particular, it's a bit hard to just, most people don't go like go, 2 Panzer squads, keep them back, and then use them at the same time, one without, and then one with G43. That's probably the best way to determine efficiency. But it basically increases the long-range firepower a bit compared to up close. Of course, in this kind of situation, it's not going to help them much because they're still a light caliber versus a unit heavy caliber with a mix of submachine guns and rifles. So they'll probably have to retreat there. That was just... that's not really just a good thing at all. Conscript moving northwards there to further sort of deal here with FranZ's assault. The Panzer Grenadiers need to retreat. Either that, he needs to bring up a half track, which does seem like he's gone for support on Companier. Not a Companier, support on a corps. And we got the T-34-6 on the way there for Stupendousman. We also got this rapid conscription. There we go. So this is really going to make things difficult for FranZ because, again, even if it does any serious damage, it's going to be to an extent, well, mitigated by rapid conscription, meaning overall now Stupendousman will really begin just having a potential of just snowballing and steamrolling FranZ. So FranZ really needs to deliver some crushing blows there. And there you go, first come squad they replaced. the Soviet army flooding in with replacements of the ones lost. T-34 and 6 also moving ahead here. And go shoots, misses. So yeah, 3 counter squads now, and could probably get out a 4th one soon enough, which again is going to mean here again FranZ is going to have a bit uphill fighting to do. He'll probably also have to go for a Stu G first to help deal with the T-34 and 6, and he also needs to use his panzer grenadiers just a bit better. And I don't think there's anything wrong in getting G43s, it's just more, you know, attacking a unit head on behind heavy cover. That didn't quite work out too well there for them. Mortar here closing in on veteran T2, troops reinforcing. 2-2 hanging back, got the Pack 40 here as well. Helps sort of cover the Pack 40 bit, and there we go, got the Stu 3G on the way for FranZ in the 1st Panzer Division. Contra straight into them before too quickly suppressed, and then pinned down veteran 2 on the mortar as well here, doing a lot of damage to the mortar. Need to retreat the Contra, there we go, 4th Contra squad. More those dropping dead. And there you go, T-34 2-2 taking hits there, but there you go, landing a hit on the Pack 40, not a hat on the Pack 40. That's a bit wrong. Still, FranZ is back on the back foot here, but the Stu should help him sort of counter the T-34 line to push forwards again. Plus, again, better utilization of the Panzermen also, I think, do a lot there for FranZ in getting control of the map here versus Stupendousman, and also just, you know, making better games. Northern units in the fuel point there, Stupendousman by really doing an excellent job then harassing FranZ's fuel point very consistently. On the other hand, I mean, FranZ hasn't been able to do much there. But there goes Stu 3G arriving here for the 1st Panzer Division. Panzer Division sort of like early to mid 1944 was sort of supposed to have a Stu battalion to make up for the 3rd Panzer Battalion. They lost after Stalingrad, you know, to make up for all the armoured loss. There was sort of a larger reorganisation there. Though technically it was an informal one, so you actually won't see any official notes, though you occasionally see sort of scholars note it, you know, as sort of actually happening, but it was sort of an official, sort of official thing, but never really on paper. It was basically what they did was they attached, you know, a Stu brigade to a Panzer Division, that way sort of giving a 3rd Panzer Battalion with Stu's. But by like late 1944, that was sort of being dropped, probably because they're running out of Stu's for that as well. Or they just needed more Stu's everywhere else, so... A little fun side note there, that I'm sort of, you know, discovered through the years, because again, initially you just sort of assumed, because that's how most of the scholars wrote about it, and then you sort of learned one that said, that was actually sort of informal. Oh, because when you then actually read some of the, you know, organisational charts, you never could find that Stu battalion on it. I mean, you could sort of find it with the Panzer Battalion, because they were supposed to have them instead of their Panzers for the Panzer Battalions, but for the Panzer Division there was only like 2 Panzer Battalions. Yeah, that's a bit more of a sort of a personal note there, but again, you know, a personal, you know, story of discovery, if you will. And I love discovering more stuff about World War II and the German army. There's always so much to be learned. There you go, almost got the counter squad there. 2 Panzer Grenadier squads out here for FranZ. Some with G43, some without, so a mix here of weaponry for FranZ and the 1st Panzer Division. We can also hear that Stupendousman is much better on the back foot here. T-34 force blasting grenadiers that can push back. A mortar fire there, almost shattering the mortar crew. Stu just hanging back there for FranZ. And the 1st Panzer Division. I don't actually know the also with this with the Stu battalions would actually apply to the SS Panzer Divisions. That's a bit more of a mystery, though. That is a bit more of a mystery. I mean, generally, there's any sort of history about the SS, it tends to be like they're so cool or awesome, or they're really, really bad. Less on actual organisation and tactics and employment of weapons. Funnily enough. And it's not when I've sort of been looking now. I might of course need to sort of just look further into it, but just sort of from sort of initial looks, not much there. Anyways, T-34s there, there's the Grenadiers need to push back very quickly. Pack 40 stooping up to the sort of slow down for them. You can see Stupendousman is very quick to sort of withdraw, because he knows there will be a response. He just wants to get out of range, at least for an initial sort of strike there from FranZ. And FranZ of course can't pursue too far either, because he might risk running into infantry, at which point he could lose his Pack 40. Or get stuck, you know, with damage, in which case the T-34 can rush forwards. In the south, though, we can see Stupendousman heading here, could lay down some more mines if he hasn't. In fact, good mining there. In fact, you can see several mines here. A small minefield there, but thorough. Very good, very good. FranZ, though, I think could use a machine gun a bit more active. Of course, he's making up for it with a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, which is what some players neglect, but clearly not FranZ. FranZ knows the power of the Panzer Grenadier. Second Stuke on the way, but he lost the pack 40 again. That's basically what happens when your anti-tank guns don't have any screens. I mean, infantry can rush them, in particular conscripts with submachine guns. So, right there, FranZ got rather severely punished there by Stupendousman, and rightfully so. Now shifting infantry towards the centre there, conscripts being absolutely massacred. Oh, too much going on there for Stupendousman, and this is dead Russians all over the centre of the map there. Good smoke here, could also try and sneak in, but I think smoke going to be with the best. We got Stoops there engaging the T-34 guns out in the open, going to get wiped here as well. So both sides something lost. There you go, bun grenade wipes the Maxim. Nice throw there, very nice throw. So both sides here suffering as they push onwards. Gunnery's Panzer moving up here. Oh, the good idea to run up close to counter with submachine guns, with Panzer guns, particularly once upgraded with G43s. That's just really bad, especially then when the conscripts have veterans F3. So I was just less well done there. Stuke moving ahead. Machine guns for the Stooks I think would do FranZ here a lot of good versus Stupendousman. Getting the impression that FranZ is a bit under stress because the mortars are being pushed ahead as well there by accident. But there you go, Maxim cut it off by the Panzer Grenadiers. That should give him more suppressive firepower there versus Stupendousman's infantry, and he's going there for the CoH2 rocket launcher. Back here, troops healing, reinforcing. So there we go. Good to go again. Before two setting up, he was apparently not quite set up. But there you go, Veti 2 should be able to stop the counter up close pretty aggressive. There you go, pinned down. Mortar though needs to get back up to the front as well there. All the way though, FranZ needs to grab a lot of territory back. Stuke's there being repaired. Good, good. And we got the Panzer Grenadier, Maxim and Grenadiers moving ahead there. He could take up, he could stay up for a Tiger. They've worked to stay up for a Tiger, him take up. He should probably consider fuel cache to support himself. Otherwise, Ostman's Panzer 4 here could do, I think, FranZ a lot of good. There we go, CoH2 rocket launcher out for Stupendousman and the Soviet Army. The 25th Motorized Rifle Division. Mine goes off, they're killing 2 Panzer Grenadiers. They're very close to Veteran 2 though. Stuke moving northwards. Still no machine guns. I mean, getting a pair of machine guns on your pair of Stooks is actually going to do you pretty good versus infantry. And people just tend to underestimate how much pintle machine you just do instead of helping killing infantry. So I mean, as a rule of thumb, if you can, I would always recommend you just getting pintle machine guns to the Stooks. CoH2 firing. Gun is being pushed back. Max and they're taking several hits there from the CoH2 plus the T-34. That will likely get wiped. Yeah. Awkward setup. And then wiped. Stuke's now to move down the D with the T-34. There you go. Landing a good hit there. T-34 down to half health. Up north here we got Panzer's Engineers. Pioneers there as well. Joining in the fun. There you go. Grenadiers flanking up behind. Oh! T-34 could get knocked out. And there you go. Kaput. Looks like a pathing problem there for Stupendousman. Bit of the danger case of just trying to submit through narrow space. Like anything goes wrong then in terms of pathing, it can be a bit of a sticky situation. As I think what I got now separating this other T-34 further from the rest of his force. So getting a bit risky there for Stupendousman as FranZ's Sturmgeschütz are hot in pursuit. There you go. Landing a good hit there. Veterans on the Stuke. 3G. Big infantry push here from Stupendousman. He could probably go for another bout of rapid conscription. That would certainly not, I think, go miss here for Stupendousman. But straight horde assault here into the MD-42 waiting there. Did not go very well for his infantry. And H-35 tank to sort of counter the H-3Gs. Not a bad idea. The Pack 40 also going to do pretty well. In fact, anti-tank guns are a pretty good counter for Stooks because Stooks really struggle with taking on anti-tank guns. And there you go, rapid conscription again. Mines there going off. We also got telemines down here from FranZ. And it's up close. There's a counter with submachine guns. That's going to be a rather devastating series of beatings there for FranZ's Grenadiers. But there you go, 2-2 rescue. Sets off the telemine by accident though. Jürgen, I said to you, stop setting off our own mines. You're ruining the surprise. Tanks being worked on. Issue 5 almost done. And constant pushing northwards there. And infantry heading south as well. Good lay down some flare trip mines there. Got the Pack 40 moving down. Also mines covering the approach to the fuel. Very good there. HJ5 on the move. Rapidly. Grenadiers there. Oh, Panzer Reserve actually. Two others closing in eventually too. Upgrades for the Stoogs. Sandbags down up north by the victory point there. And another Katyusha barrage here to try and shatter France's defences. Catching the MG42 here again. Almost wiping it, in fact. I was just actually seemingly newly acquisitioned machine gun, so a bit unfortunate there for France. Then it's taking to the south, they're going for the Pack 40 so man right in front of the T-34, pretty bad. They come to the almost out here by the Panzer Grenadiers. You upgrade the other one with the Panzerschrecks. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, he had, I think, enough anti-tank here with the double Stooks. He just needs to use them a bit more confidently. I think upgrading these with Panzerschrecks is a bit, I don't know, not good. I mean, we'll see, but generally not what I recommend here. France not really going for anything further, so certainly seems like he might be aiming here for a Tiger tank. Again, he could try and aim for a Panther. Might in some ways be faster, but certainly in some ways the Tiger will be also faster in his own way. So we'll have to see. But I will just using the two Stooks to keep things going until you get out. Either of the two is definitely not a bad idea. As for Stupendousman, he should definitely aim for more T-34s. He also needs to try and do some reconnaissance here on his opponent, lay down some flares in the right spot, and then launch an attack, sort of trying to that way undermine France's defense, and that way sort of tear it apart piece by piece. If we can do that, I think his Stupendousman should have a really good chance now of beating France, but France has been able to recover quite well here from the initial setbacks. He's now in a much stronger position than he was early on, and Stupendousman has not really, in response, I think, changed his tactics sufficiently. Still good harassment continuing off the fuel pump. There you go, Grenadiers running up close in that regard. It's a tactical mistake there by France. What he keeps making there versus Stupendousman's constant with the submachine guns when they're going up close, they're really dangerous. Comes to their charging at the Panzer. There you go, T-34 will land an excellent hit. They need to retreat before they're wiped by the T-34. Now the Panzer gets a bit of trouble here, but there you go, Stook to the rescue, landing a good hit there. Second Stook also arriving. Veterans 1 of them, close to Veterans 2 in fact. Still no upgrades on the Stooks though. Goes back both Stooks. If he were to pop focus out, he could actually spot the Stooks and deal with them, but he doesn't have any of that. There you go, Panzer Grenadier swept away by the conscripts. Bit risky they just having them parked in the centre of the map there with their flanks exposed to the enemy. That was definitely not the best move there by FranZ of the 1st Panzer Division. Back here, troops in reinforcing in the south there. T-34 Station 5 standing ready. And 2 they're being pursued by conscripts. There you go, hold of the infantry, got gunners moving in, then got the Stooks moving back down. Another Katyusha barrage. Rushing straight for the Stook, then we got conscripts moving in there, but it's not going to be happening. There you go, gets the Katyusha, but there you go, Veteran 2 on the Stook by the damaged engine. He's going to lose it to the H5 doesn't get off a target. He's not trying, and there you go, the Stook 3G is lost. It just got its shirts and then it got destroyed. What a tragedy. What a tragedy. Of course, he silenced the Katyusha, which will make it a bit harder for Stupendousman to project his will against France. He still has the mortar. He's just, I feel like his mortar is too far behind. He should have it try and close to the front line to that way more active support. And he's also definitely, I think, aim for some smoke screen from time to time. There you go, come to too late to retreat out in the open, and there you go, wiped here by the, well, G43 Panzer Grenadiers actually. They're certainly not doing too poorly with the G43s. They're certainly not doing too poorly. In particular, once they get some veterans here, those G43s really become nasty. But seeing T-34 on the south here could try and sort of flank up behind the other Stook, and France is not too far off from the Tiger, though it's still going to take some time. It will still take him some time. Stupendousman, meanwhile, could just go for more T-34 if he wants to. Of course, just replace the Katyusha. Lost hell, he could go for a howitzer, but he does go for the Katyusha here. He does go for another Katyusha rocket launcher. Was this by the full balance preview? You could actually build a howitzer. In fact, the howitzer would now be cheaper than the Katyusha because it only costs 400 manpower and 50 fuel, whereas this one costs 360 manpower, 85 fuel. So that got, in some ways, the Howard to become more competitive with the Katyusha rocket launch, because again, it wouldn't cost as much manpower. I mean, you wouldn't have to set so much aside. Machine gun up recruit, and there go Rough Nate saying those conscripts scouting away from the wreckage of the Stug. And there you go, out in the open, mortified T-5 force just hammering away at the German infantry, threatening to cut their lives short any moment. There you go, second Katyusha out there for Stupendousman. Stug then not pursuing too far, hit still on a machine gun. FranZ is getting very close to the Tiger tank here. Bit of harassment up north here by Stupendousman against FranZ. Quick bomb grenade against engineers.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Got the T-5 forming against the Panzers there, landing a hit, landing a hit. Very nice hit. Big conscript push into the centre. Now the machine gun isn't recruited there, and that's a bit of a mistake there by FranZ. This conscript could be a lot more dangerous. He is recruiting the other one, but at this point it's already too late. The conscript bypass now goes through getting flanked, but not enough to really sort of damage his engine. The rest of his armoured force, the rest of his, in fact, support force is not there, so this result becomes rather poor because it's just... I mean, he's not really got any fundamentals behind it, and he's really just easily defeated by FranZ. And there you go, conscript being wiped out here. Damage the engine of the Stu, but... could easily risk losing a lot, and we got the Tiger out here for FranZ and the 1st Panzer Division. Before they're being swamped, yet Panzer is moving ahead. Panzerfaust initiative 5. And there you go, Tiger advances. Got Katyusha fire there from Stupendousman, trying to take out some stuff in the base, but not really making much of an impression upon the German army. Trying to get the Pack 40 there. T-5 wants to sort of screen off. Tiger advancing with Grenadier support. Panzer goes head back. Need to retreat back. They're actually low on health. But they are also close to veteran free. If we can get them there, they would be, I think, really amazing versus Stupendousman's infantry. Oh, you got the Tiger advancing there. Fires 80mm gun there. The damaged T-4. He's going to definitely knock that one out. Actually, 5 is close to the front line. Pack 4 setting up. If we get Tiger weak point off, he might be able to sort of take out the Tiger. At least stall it. But there you go. T-4 down. Hailfather versus the Tiger tank. Shots bouncing though. Or missing. Gunner, aim for the wounded Russians. I want them really dead. How about the non-wounded? That's an even better idea, Gunner. That way we can create more wounded. I think you might have a problem, Herr Hauptmann. Yeah, not enough wounded Russians screaming in pain. How did you even get to Hauptmann? I'm really good at my job. You should get really good too, Gunner. Anyways, in the south there, Pani securing the fuel point. Another T-34 there for Stupendousman. Quick roughing it there from the Grenadiers. Continent out charging fortress there, trying to catch them off guard. There's one roughing it. It's actually a pretty good move there. And up close with the PPS-41s, they should have a good chance there. But it's getting a bit closer since the Grenadiers are actually feeling the counter or not. But there you go, pulled it off, pulled it off. Need to get these chaps going into the front line. Make a big push there against Stupendousman.
We have a new T-34 standing by. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
And there you go, another Katyusha barrage there from Stupendousman. Basically, this is where he mostly sees any support weapons from FranZ. He's just bombarding that to try and silence whatever FranZ has in support weapons, I think. As he makes a big push in the centre again. He's seemingly getting too focused in the centre. He's basically turning into Stalingrad point here for Stupendousman. He sort of ignores the rest of the map to an extent. Or for that matter, ignores attacking from any other angle. I mean, he sort of harasses here in the north, a bit in the south, but he never really tries to make a big move. Like, he only makes any big pushes for the centre. It's like he tries to make a big push through here that way, or big push through here. It's only through here he makes any big pushes. It's only in the centre he focuses the big pushes. So I mean, that makes it easier for France to center its defenses, and that way just, you know, break up any attack from Stupendousman. So that's a bit dangerous there for Stupendousman, so just keep repeating that. Need to be careful with those panzer gunners. They are taking a lot of fire there from the rations, but they are taking return fire there from the Pack 40. Got the Panzerjägers moving in with their Panzerschrecks. Tiger moving in as well there. Looks like France is willing to risk it a bit. Noting he has not mined the path behind the church, and Theo could advance up for the Tiger that way, ignoring the Pack 40 start of fire. Almost got the T-34 there, but almost got it. Oh, he dropped the Panzerschreck. Less good. Like he's not. He was going to attack straight up for the center. He's going to take fire from the Pack 40. That's definitely silly. And there you go. Stup to take a direct hit there from the Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Now part of the Soviet arsenal. But his men recaptured their Panzerschreck with a Ketten Panzerbüchse. There you go, nice more sort of rifle grenade there. Pioneers into the country there. That is a very much one-sided fight, and the Pioneers beat a very hasty retreat there in the face of such determined Soviet aggression. Another T-34 there for Stupendousman. He's certainly getting a bit passive, but then again, so is France. I mean, neither player's really committing to anything big except head-on assaults. They're a bit risky to leave it, you know, undefended to an extent, and thus, you know, maybe leave themselves open to counter head-on assault. There you go, Katyusha fire trying to silence the mortar. Maybe some other elements there. Doesn't have much of an impact against France there, though. France, I think, could easily afford another Stuka to support against any sort of big armoured assault from Stupendousman. Target being fixed up. Again. Heading the northern victory point there, and the south we got Panzer Grenadiers moving in. And there you go, Veteran free for the Panzer Grenadier with the G43s. And to become even more proficient with the weapons. There you go, the counters are now practically melting away, just absolutely annihilated. T-54 moving south instead, that's going to take fire from the Pack 40 there, maybe into the Stubes. There you go, South T-54 was contained. He's actually splitting up his tanks quite aggressive with no infantry support, meaning they're going to be quite vulnerable to any sort of encounter here with, say, some Panzerjägers. Taking a lot of damage, they're going to move down. We got the same T-54, there's still no infantry support to really help deal with the infantry there to an extent. Bit risky still. He hasn't upgraded with a replacement Panzer, so he's still only got one. Targeting southwards and straight into mine. Bad luck for France's Tiger crew. Looks like he's saving up for a Panzer IV there. I still think he should go for Stug. Was he actually planning a Tier 4? No, he's not planning a Tier 4. He is most assuredly not planning a Tier 4. Otherwise, he's planning it in a really weird way. But not actually teching up for it. Fuel cache up though for France. Maybe he is actually planning for it then. Oh, the fuel cache is not a baddie. I mean, it comes really late though, and he certainly could easily benefit from, like, you know, much sooner, but at least he's building one. So he's got Stuart close air support ready. Pioneers for the Tiger support against the counter. I don't think that's going to work out frightfully well there for France. Do not think that's going to work out frightfully well. Rapid conscription again, looks like Stupendousman about to be setting up for a big assault again. For the Stupendousman is in the south, they need to retreat very schnell. France, I think, needs to get more active. I mean, again, he's just being too passive with all of his resources, more importantly, all of his men in armour. He could, I think, easily pressure Stupendousman more than he actually currently is. But there you go. Armoured manoeuvres in the south. With limited infantry support, we got the Katyusha there, I think, firing away. Armour also waiting in the centre there for anything big to happen. Support was there getting blasted by the Katyusha machine gun. Annihilated. Panzer falling away for France. And there you go, T-54 taking ahead. Where's the rest of the support though? Where's the Katyushas? Oh, not the Katyusha, the T-54s. The Pack 40s. And there you go. We got the air support in here from France. The Luftwaffe strikes. And getting the T-34 there. Stupendousman moving ahead here as well. Use target weak point there on the H-35. FranZ targets a weak point. Why don't they ever target the weak point? Oh, they set drawing fire on the Tiger. I suppose that works as well. There you go. Got the H-35, got the T-34. Most of them about to get wiped out as well. Pack 40. No, not the Stuke! Not the Vetri 2! For once, the Vetri 2 Stuke did not get nuked. But right here, Stupendousman has taken quite severe losses. He lost most of his armor pool. He's lost his anti-tank guns. He's losing most of his gun. There you go. Stupendousman retreats alongside the rest of the 25th Motorized Rifle Division. A victory for France and the 1st Band Division. A brutal fight of wills and attrition. A bit of artillery and some armoured manoeuvres on the north and south. But against Stupendousman, I think just fell into the trap. Some players are going to just getting into a Stalingrad mentality and just trying to grind away at one point, neglecting your ability to attack elsewhere on the map, and that way put more pressure on your opponent. I think has Stupendousman tried to make bigger assaults in the north or the south, just some slightly more mix between the two, or just use smoke with his mortar. I think Stupendousman could have done a lot more, but the problem was the way he attacked. It rather exposed him to a lot of incoming fire, needlessly costing him a lot there in every attack, and they also came increasingly a bit more disoriented. Whereas FranZ there, while not the most inspired attacker either of us, I think a lot more able to just successfully and coherently defend, and that would just slowly bleed out his opponents. So I think they also played a role there for France. So they did have a slightly weak start then. Stupendousman really came off well there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay on a practical feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Density. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for another signing episode. Bye.